I am at the most lovely event. I'm in a great location. This is Porthkerry Park, surrounded by nature, the birds and squirrels. I am at a Love Luna event. I came here as a photographer. There are 2 other photographers here, so I'm going to focus on the vlogging. So this is Love Luna. Tonight is a full moon, the second one in the month of March 2018, so it's a blue moon. We're here at the lodge, and there's a lovely group of ladies assembling in this beautiful room for an evening of spiritual well-being. This is what my glass is made. The log fire is lit, the lights in the toilets are on and lit, and it looks to be a great night. I'll vlog throughout as much as I can, and I'll show you what's in my goodie bag. My goodie bag is packed with the most amazing things. Crystals, and lots of positive affirmations, some tarot, stickers, cards of people that I may need. This beautiful greetings card, I'll show you in closer detail where it's all from. Again, more stickers and pin badges, and a lot of reading material. So I'm really thankful that I'm here. And I can hear the ladies behind me greeting each other, and so many compliments and such nice things being said. This is looking to be a great night. Sounds amazing. Down at the river is a channel that promotes well-being in every aspect. It's really close. Social, spiritual, occupational, physical. I think the list is endless, to be honest, at what they're able to do. I used to interact with Down at the River a long time ago, when I worked in Penarth, and it's great to reconnect. So I'm really looking forward to tonight's circle, and we will see what comes out of it. Tonight is based on spiritual because of the moon. I'm not sure we're going to get to see that moon today because we have a lot of cloud cover down here at the beautiful Porthkerry Park. We'll see.
Coaching. Everything I do focuses around the wellness wheel, so everything from your spiritual well-being to social well-being, physical, financial, a lot. And for me, I felt it was really important to start bringing women together to experience what that was all about. And being a bit of a spiritual person, it's grown into this spiritually based community. I've always been very spiritual, but I spent a lot of years hiding it. Didn't really know where I fitted best amongst my friends. A few of my family members knew about it, not many. Couldn't really explain a lot of the experiences I was going through, so I just kept it to myself. Last year I met this amazing woman, Holly Charles, who really did the energy, clearing the blocks, acknowledging what you've been going through, particularly with the Mercury retrograde. People have been going a bit bonkers of late, so communication has been really tested, behaviours have been a bit obscure, people not feeling themselves, battles with relationships, family members, colleagues. It's all been kicking off for the last week. And we're not over, it's not over yet, you know, that Mercury retrograde is still in full swing, but from tonight with the full moon, as we start to release a bit of that energy, you know, it's downhill from there. So tonight, that's what we're all about. We're going to experience talks from myself, and Holly, and Chris, and Tina, talking about energy and how we work with crystals, and some RTT from Chris and a reading from Holly. Real juicy stuff.
I'm Holly of Holly's Holistic Healing, and where do I start? Trying to condense it down. So my background is holistic healing. I'm a holistic therapist, and simmering alongside my development through my career, I have had a mad passion for spirituality and developing my sensitivity to different energies, and it's been a huge important part of my life that I have kept hidden for a lot of my journey. About 13 years ago I embarked on it, and I have kept it a secret for most part of it, and a few years ago I decided to do what I told Stacey to do and just go out there and do it and embrace it, and as I've gone out there and done that and faced my fears of
with the fourth chakra, which is the heart chakra, which you can use the green one, so that's also heart, but we're going to use the pink one. You can use either for the heart chakra. I personally like to use the pink one because I don't like neither very much. So the pink is your rose quartz, which is for your heart. Okay, so it's all about learning about self-love, and the rose quartz I find more feminine one too, isn't it? Gentle energy as well. So we're going to do a short hypnosis session.
Children, or I should say specialise in children and young people, but also I work throughout that with adults as well on all different levels. When it comes to the mediumship, I discovered my mediumship when I was, I've had it throughout my life. It's been something that's come out at times and different experiences throughout my life, where I solidly got into it when I was 28. As a healer, I've healed since I can remember. It started off with just finding stray birds, and seeing they needed help. So I can remember the one time seeing a pigeon in a fountain that was struggling. So I took it home and I healed him, and then I gave him to my neighbour who dealt with birds a few doors down, and that's sort of how I started really. It just seemed to be something that I did on an automatic pilot.
place down here. We need about 5 burning in this mercury retrograde energy. So what we need to do is to rise above the stagnant energy that is all around us. We've probably all been feeling it. The materialistic concerns that are holding us back, our fears and our concerns. Okay, as I've already said, this energy feels sticky and heavy, and we find ourselves being dragged down by it. I know I have, like, hands up, I definitely have. And we've allowed it to take over our normal, rational, balanced and direct way of thinking. And it has led to us taking our eye off the ball a little bit. Now, our vision has definitely gone a bit blurry, and our minds have been running around a bit like headless chickens in an attempt by our ego to stay on top of things and keep things together. Now, it's felt at times like a game of tug of war, where our rational mind has been arguing with our sense of spirituality and who we are. One aspect of us is trying to keep our feet firmly on the floor, where the other side of us really wants to just float off.
It's got groups together and separately, got all kinds of stuff going on. So if you head over to our Facebook pages and our Instagram accounts, you'll find lots of information about us. We're actually talking at an event on the 20th of April, a Warrior Women event in Cardiff, based on spiritual well-being. These full and new moon gatherings take place every new and full moon, and there's lots of alternate, yeah. So
every 6 weeks.
Every 6 weeks, yeah.
Not every fortnight.
Not every no. So the next one is the next new moon. So keep your eyes posted for that. We really appreciate your feedback. So if you could talk.
So I had the most amazing evening. I've talked about it a lot, I know. I went down to the Love Luna event at Porthkerry, held by Down at the River. I'll post their links all below. It was incredible. It was an evening focused on spiritual well-being for women, because of tonight's full moon. And it was far exceeded my expectations. I absolutely loved it. So there were so many themes running through it that I made notes of, and just I'm really excited by it. So I'm going to read through my notes now, and just share a couple with you, because I really want to record it for myself as well as share the message. So I'll do that in the next video. So excuse me while I look at my notes. So yeah, the session started with talk about self-love, and we were encouraged to consider the whole us, physical, emotional, social goals, and all of those, when you try and work out a way to achieve them, come back to your own spiritual well-being, understanding, acknowledging and knowing your true self. And to find out who you are, you have to embark on some sort of spiritual journey. To be able to stand up and say, this is who I am, this is what I want, I am worthy of this, is a really big thing, and that has to come from within yourself. So we were encouraged then to take time out to care for ourselves on our own, and to think about what issues are coming up time and again, and what situations are repeating. And that really hit home with me, based on what has happened of late with the relationship breakdown again. And it made me realise tonight that it was something clearly that I need to work on within myself. They were saying that they were huge advocates of journaling, which is something I have started, so clearly I'm on the right path somehow, and that journaling helps you to face yourself internally to start shifting things. And then we heard from and then we heard from a lady called Chris. I have her links, so I'll share those again in the description. And she was talking to us about something called RTT Hypnotherapy. RTT stands for Rapid Transformational Therapy. And unlike regular hypnosis, this works in one session. So we were able to be put under by Chris, which involved deep breathing and the holding of the rose quartz crystal that we were gifted at the event. Rose quartz is for self-love and past care, And it was just an incredible experience to go under and to cleanse myself of the energies that I didn't want to carry forward with me anymore. So then we questioned ourselves in what's stopping us from moving forward. And if people can't accept you for who you are, then they're simply not good enough for you. Our minds believe everything we tell them, and it's the what if that's stopping us, or myself. I'm purely thinking about myself in this, but if the message helps somebody out there, then happy days. It's us that's stopping ourselves, and we are good enough. And then we were encouraged to think about, what do you want to be, do and have in your life going forward. Then there was some talk about, again, the crystals. We were actually gifted 3 crystals, some raw serpentine, which is for emotional and spiritual intuition, the rose quartz, and the howlite, which is brilliant because that's for busy minds. So I'll say that again. Howlite is for busy minds and insomnia. This will be going under my pillow tonight, and I will tell you how better I sleep on the next weekly podcast. Vlog. So that's the power of crystals. We then heard from a Reiki master. That is something I would really love to experience. So I'm going to be Googling that and finding out a little bit more. And she was talking about a crystal skull she has, which is made of rosenite. And so I need some of this. Because that is the one for self-love and past hurt. So during the session, lots of things will happen. People were writing down things they no longer wanted and things that they wanted to bring into their lives. And then those were burnt on a fire in the session. Again, just looking at my notes. And then Holly from Holistic Holly, again, I'll link her, began burning sage, and she smudged all of us in the room, which was using feathers and blowing the sage smoke on us, which was an incredibly lovely experience to share that and to be part of it, and it's really good for cleansing. So she cleansed our bodies, but she said that she does it in her house, particularly if there's been a lot of arguments or negative energies, then she does it in the 4 corners of rooms or her house, and that's something I feel like I'd quite like to do in this as I reclaim my space after the breakdown of that relationship. And then just going on from that, there were a few other things that I wrote down which I really loved. Emotions are contagious, so not only do we pass our emotions on to people around us, but we also take on their emotion, and I think that's was quite profound for me. So I made a note of that. And also the law of attraction. The universe gives us what we think of. It can't decipher between what we want and what we don't want. It just gives us more of what we think of. So our thoughts are dragging us down, or indeed you can flip that and make it, be positive. So something else certainly to think about there. And we must learn that it cannot be always full steam ahead, and to have patience and wait and see what pans out is okay. And then one more thing that I really, really loved was the phrase, we grow through what we go through. And that was, again, quite profound. And it's a bit like panning for gold. When you know what to look for, actually what you need is there to find. So yeah, I was really thrilled by tonight. I met some fabulous ladies. It was such a positive atmosphere. People were complimenting each other. People were instantly, friends and connected through that want for well-being for each other and ourselves, and it was a really positive experience, and it happens every 6 weeks on the new moon or the full moon, so that's something I'll be watching out for and joining in on again, hopefully, and I really loved it. So thank you very much, down at the river, for the experience.